Let's see. I'm talking about. Hold up. Girl, I need to go to the eye doctor. I feel like I still can't see. That might help. Breaking my heart, yeah. Got me crying all inside. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for y'all because this is impromptu. But I can't go live on TikTok. I can't go live on Instagram. And I was like, why I keep going live on those platforms and I don't get paid over there? So we are black. We are black. Why is you licking me in my mouth? We are black. Like, nigga. Yeah, we black. We kissing them out. What's up, y'all? Okay, can y'all see me? YouTube, is we live, YouTube? Are we live? Can y'all see me? I can't tell. Hold up, let me see. Am I making money? Is this live? Are we live? Can y'all see me? I just wanted to see how it worked, like, you know, going live just on YouTube regular. I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because I normally do my Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews, members only, but I got a lot of stuff going on this week. So I was just like, I feel like just getting on my phone and doing this with y'all. Never too much, never too much. Are y'all here? Are y'all here, girl? Are you here, girl? I need y'all to tap the screen or something. I don't know what they do over here. Hold up. Let me retouch myself. Hold, like, what's going on? It's too dark. It's too dark. I can't see. Oh my God. It's like I get drunk and then I can't see. Why are you all in the camera? Why are you all in the camera? Why are you all in my face? What is this? Get out. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hold up. Took my bro. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Do y'all see the title of the video? Hey, okay, so we're gonna talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Are y'all still watching Love and Marriage Huntsville? I really want to know. I want to know if you're still watching the show, because I think I saw Marceau come online, but as soon as I saw him, get down. As soon as I saw him, I was just like, why it look like you far away? Why it look like you talking to us from 2G? Like, let me see if I can find it for y'all as y'all come into the room. Let me see. Where's Millie Chun at? Because I know she posted it. Y'all look at this. Like, what year did he record this? What year was this? Like the sound, like it all looked like, what year did you record? Did you record this? Did you go live from a BlackBerry, nigga? Like, what is this? Anyway, just watching YouTube, seeing pop on my YouTube feed. Yeah, because I didn't say I was gonna go live, but I kind of was like, why not? I wanted to see what it was gonna look like going live from my cell phone to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, to also just talk about a few things that was going on. This would normally be a members only, but y'all know how at the first of the month I be trying to like do my members only videos for everybody, but I have a lot going on this week, so I probably won't have time to do 2 videos tomorrow. So I wanted to come to y'all about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to come into the room and then we'll get into it. So something that was going on social media. First of all, girl, I can't go live on TikTok until the 8th because they said that I was harassing people. I don't know how, but okay. I did. I'm always getting banned off TikTok. People. Then what else happened? So Instagram is always kicking me off live, and I don't even know why. Like, they acting like they can hear music, so you can't watch TV in the background. Like, y'all are weird on Instagram. Everybody's weird. So on TikTok you can play music, but they block you for any little thing that you say. And then on Instagram, you can't even have your TV in the background because then they're going to kick you off live. So I decided to come where I actually make money. and come here where I know I won't get kicked off because YouTube don't be policing people like the goddamn Gestapo. Okay? Um, which is why we make more money over here. Like, okay, that's why I'm okay with Republicans putting ads on my videos, because it's just like, I mean, y'all gonna send y'all money somewhere. But anyway, so first of all, Cardi B. Can we talk about Cardi B for a second? So everybody today has been telling me Cardi B gonna sue you. Cardi B gonna sue you. Because when I was looking at these receipts that she put out, right? So y'all know that Stefan Diggs got accused of strangulation with his chef. And his chef was like, I'm out of your life. And I was like, okay, so obviously Stefan must have been having a, sexual relationship with the chef, right? Then Cardi is talking back and forth with the lady, and Cardi is like, I talk to her every day. Why would she not tell me that he did something to her? So I don't believe it happened. And then she posted this DM from the girl saying, I didn't say that. They took it out of context, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, but you filed the lawsuit. You filed the lawsuit. So you can't say that somebody took what you said out of context. Either way, I was just like, so Cardi, you mean to tell me that you was talking to, engaging with this girl, and because they saying that Cardi gonna sue me because I said that Cardi was fucking a girl. Because I think that Cardi and the girl and Stefan Diggs were probably having some type of threesome. But y'all know, like, I'm an actual journalist. Like, I went to school, I actually worked a job. So I'm very, like, specific with my wording. So when I posted the video, I said, is Cardi hunching the chef too? Question mark. Because it's a question, because I don't know, because I wasn't there. It's my opinion, it's conjecture. I can't really know. But the way she was talking to the girl, wait, it was Cardi speaking with the chef? Yes, it was Cardi speaking with the chef. And then Cardi came out and said, I was talking to the girl every day. And I'm like, why would you be talking to this girl every day? And people are like, oh, because she was the chef. I'm like, no, Cardi does not live with him all the time. And another thing is that if he was having a sexual relationship with that chef like we think he was, then it doesn't make sense that she would be talking to that girl and not know that that girl was fucking him. And Cardi has said over and over again that she fights over dick. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, she's fucking the chef too. Like that's what's going on. Her and the chef and him probably did some shit together, which is why you had a cordial familiar relationship with the chef, which is why you were like, I talk to that girl every day. Why would she not tell me he did something to her? To me, that's the only way that would make sense, because if it was just a professional relationship, why would your boyfriend, my boss, why would I tell you what he did to me? That doesn't make any sense to me. So it's given, especially after I thought about, you shouldn't be spreading rumors.
Ignore the people. They stop pausing because they say stupid shit. Keep it rolling.
Okay. My husband says you just said something stupid. Okay. So, because to me, I'm like, well, this, I'm not spreading a rumor. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm not spreading a rumor. I'm saying that this is obviously probably what was going on, but this is mess. And here's the thing. If you don't want anybody to talk about your personal business, why would you get on the internet on Spaces and scream it to everybody? Like, what? Like, I'm so confused. It's a trans. Y'all tripping. Who's trans? Who's trans?
The chef track.
The chef trans?
What?
I don't think so. I think they lying, but you can't believe nothing. People just say stuff in the comments. You can't believe what people be saying. But either way,
you gotta research it,
no, because I feel like somebody would have already said that.
then you really gonna get sued. Calling fucking a trans person? Oh my god.
Oh my god. So they saying that I'm gonna get sued, but that's not why she's threatening to sue people today. She's threatening to sue people because y'all are online saying that lady daddy was assaulting people. I didn't say anything about that. I'm talking about how, girl, how you pop out talking about you talk to that lady every day and she comfortable enough to text you and DM you and it looked like she had some type of relationship with him. Like to me, it would just make sense that you would then know, right? You would then know that they were smashing because y'all was all smashing. Like that's what I would assume, right? And I said it, I'm asking a question. I'm not spreading a rumor. I'm asking a question. You didn't defame her. No, because how would that be defaming? She's already said that she has had relationships with women and they were all on that boat together, right? Like y'all remember when they were all on that boat together?
The chef was on the boat too.
Not the chef, but her and a whole bunch of other girls and him, and he had a plate of what people believe to be pink cocaine. I don't know. I wasn't there. But yeah, no, it's just very, very weird to me the way y'all respond. I didn't say anything about Cardi's parents or her dad because I don't know that to be true. What I'm saying is I believe you probably smashed that lady. Thank you, Crystal. Oh, that's cute. You can like it on here. That's cute. All right, come on. Live on the phone. Right? So then because Cardi B was talking with the chef, Tasha K says that they probably going to sue you for witness tampering, something like that. Something that Tasha tweeted, like you witness, it's witness tampering for you to be DMing this lady, asking her about whatever she is suing her employer about. That don't have nothing to do with you. That's your boyfriend. That's a conflict of interest. That's a conflict of interest. And yeah, I mean, I think we're all saying, Cardi, stay out of it. I think we're all saying, like, Cardi, no, don't do this. Stay out of it. Don't be like Nicki. Stay out of it. Because you don't know. Because, like I said, I wasn't there. You weren't there either, bitch. You weren't there every day with him and that chef. And we know you weren't there every day. But Tasha said what she said. So now Cardi is going off on her and saying, bitch, if you think you can get away with attacking the people closest to me, me and my lawyer got something for you. And so now everybody in my comments talking about she gonna sue me. And I'm like, listen, Cardi like me. She may not like what I say all the time, but I don't have a problem with Cardi. And Cardi don't have a problem with me. Last time I checked, like, Cardi was in my likes. Okay. So and that's when we was talking about her in Stefan Diggs and her having a baby for the nigga and all of that. So I'm just assuming that the lady don't have no problem with me. I don't have Cardi B money. So bitch, I will take the post down. Okay? I'm not like Tasha. Tasha will fight with y'all because Tasha think it's worth it to be fighting with people, for the entertainment value, for the clout. I don't. My stress level can't handle all of that. We are not built the same. Okay? She built for that type of shit. I am not. And I already told y'all, you can't sue somebody who's willing to take the post down. Okay? Because the Megan Thee Stallion case taught us that, you have to send people a cease and desist for them to take the post down. Okay? And like I said, bitch, I'm taking post down. So, no. And then because I said, like, me and Tasha not the same, everybody, so y'all beefing. No, we're not beefing. No, we're not beefing. Are y'all okay? No, we're not beefing. Like that's crazy. I don't beef with people on the internet. What? What? Y'all need to know me better than that by now. I don't beef with people on the internet. That's weird. Just because I curse y'all out and respond to y'all weird ass comments, and my husband and other people be like, Bondy, just ignore them. And I'm like, that's so easy for you to say. They're not talking to you. Okay. But yeah, no, I don't do that, y'all. I don't do that. People have comprehension problems. They do. Oh my God, Pacino rules is so exhausting. It's so exhausting. They don't read. Like, they don't read nothing on the screen. They don't read the caption. They don't listen to the words you say. I said it seemed like. That's a little bit of Crown and a splash of coconut water. And it's only January 5th. Right. It's only January 5th, girl. So, hold up. Let me find it for y'all. Hold up. And then I'm waiting for everybody to come into the room. We're going to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. because I wanted Lyric to be in a room when I did the Love and Marriage Huntsville, because we was talking about this earlier. Because, like, you know, a part of the reason why I fell in love with my husband is because my husband didn't coerce me to have sex with him. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see. What Cardi said?
The fuck? You want me in your fucking hospital bed owing me, bitch. I'm not playing. And if you think you're gonna be looking for loopholes, harassing the people that I'm involved with, I got another shit coming for you, baby.
I got another
If you think because you don't mention my fucking name, but you're gonna be harassing the people that I be with, no. I got some shit for you. So be ready for that. You ugly ass bitch.
Oh, she said that harsh.
If you think because you're not using my name, that is so funny because me and my lawyer been talking about that shit, bitch. We got something real fucking hot for that ass. Go talk to your lawyer about it. I've been letting you breathe. I've been letting you breathe because shit been going real smooth for me. I'm not letting you bitches breathe no fucking more. That harassment that y'all be thinking that you're gonna be getting away with.
And see, that's another thing. I tell y'all all the time, I don't harass people. I don't at people. I don't at people. And another thing, Tasha is not ugly. Uh, Tasha's not ugly. Tasha look like Fantasia. Okay.
Name, but you
Hey, baby, you need space for some time. Your attitude is unpredictable. I don't wanna make you unhappy. You're not happy, then you're really wrong. I don't want you to stay around. Nah, she also looked like my god sister. I ain't never told her this, but Tasha remind me of Nadia. And you could never say my boo ugly, okay? No, but that that's what you say. That's what you say. People be like, she's saying because of her skin color. You think so? I think she's saying it because she don't like her.
if you think because you don't mention not.
So hold on. Let me do this because I love y'all, but we have to spread it apart. We have to spread it apart. I don't think that the reason why Cardi thinks y'all see my little, because I had the flu, y'all, so I had to keep like now I'm Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer because I had to keep blowing my nose and my skin peeled and I got a little red dot like girl, what's going on? My hair nice though, whatever. Okay, so listen, Cardi is like I think innately colorist because she's Dominican, and if you know Dominican, you know black. So internalized racism, colorism, the Caribbean people, that's what they do, girl. But the Floridians do it as well. The Floridians do it as well. Okay, um, but to me, that's not about her being dark skinned. And also, Cardi being with dark men doesn't mean she isn't colorist because that's a thing, right? It's a thing for white or Latino women. You know what I'm saying? White, Asian, like whatever. The preferences like dark skinned black men because dark skinned black men fit the masculine, stereotype, right? That light skinned men don't always fit, which is why light skinned men tend to be a little more violent and have to prove a point to everybody because they are automatically emasculated based on the fact that y'all think light skin means feminine and dark skin means masculine. And y'all gotta unlearn that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, just because so I believe that deep down Cardi is like built from colorist stock because she's Dominican. But I also feel like that's not why she hates Tasha. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Tasha reads Cardi whether it's right or wrong. Hold up, y'all. Cause I'm tired of feeling like I might, flash y'all. Hold up. Giselle Bryant is an example. Example, what part, y'all? What part? Uh, yeah, she hates Tasha for what she did to her. That's what I think. That's what I think. But here's the thing: when you have the colorism built in, once you dislike somebody for a real reason, then the colorism thing becomes a thing, right? But yeah, I don't like when y'all be trying to throw me in shit because I've worked with Tasha. Don't do that. Don't do that because that don't have nothing to do with me. Okay. Um, we're different types of people. She's a Pisces. I'm a Gemini. Um, I like my peace. I like my peace. So I don't do the stuff that Tasha be willing to do. Tasha like to fight. Pisces people like to fight. My daddy like to fight. My ex-girlfriend like to fight. People like Pisces like to fight. I don't like to fight. It's not a thing for me. I'm a lover, not a fighter, honey. Okay, but I will curse you out. Like Gemini people fight you begrudgingly. Like we gonna do it and then we gonna go to hell on you. And then we gonna retreat back to our peace because we don't like the way that make us feel. Unless you Donald Trump. And then you just, you're a demon. And so it don't matter. You've chosen your side. Um, but yeah, y'all, I don't like that, right? Like, what else happened on social media today that I was arguing with people about besides Cardi? Because I'm like, I really do think Cardi probably fucked that lady. Why are we upset about this? I'm a Pisces. I like peace, but we carry a lot of shit. I know I'm a Pisces. I do not fight unless I have to. Okay, how old are you? Because if this is something you've learned with maturity, then yes. But to be real, come on now. Okay, if Tasha's a Pisces, she gonna stand on what she said. Yes, right, wrong, indifferent, right? And that's crazy as hell to me. But that's that lady life. I'm not upset. That just ain't got nothing to do with me. And y'all think when I differentiate, I always say whatever the fuck I want to say. Like everybody know I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit y'all think I should care about. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna say how I feel, and that's just what I do. Okay? So yeah, no, ain't no beef, ain't no problem, ain't no issue. But please don't make it seem like I'm over here doing something for me to get sued because I said I think she fucked that lady who is the chef. I think she fucked that lady. I do. Because why is you talking to that lady every day? What is you talking about? And another thing, why the fuck you need a chef like that when they got DoorDash and Uber Eats and motherfucker? Girl, they got so much shit for you to order food from restaurants now. Fuck y'all talking to a chef every day for, especially a chef with a BBL. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. But you gotta love therapy too and growing. And see, I do. This time around, like this existence, this life is about evolution. Okay, this is about evolution, girl. Okay, with chef. So you know about the chef that Stefan Diggs allegedly strangled, right? Well, Cardi and the chef, the chef said that Cardi was talking to her about the situation and it's giving witness tampering. Tasha wasn't wrong. I did. That's what we was talking about. We was talking about Cardi going off on Tasha and then Tasha dog whistling to y'all so that y'all would automatically go to the colorism dark skinned girl thing. Tasha is really good. She's good, girl. She's good. I would give it to her. But I always do. That's why she wanted to work with me in the first place. Because I'm going to give it to you, bitch. If you good at what you do, I'm going to tell you good at what you do. She's good at what she does. Okay? And Cardi takes the bait because Cardi is emotional. So Cardi be out here taking bait. Okay? And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people take the bait. Because it be bait. It be bait. Please understand it be bait. Cardi's new song Safe is about Stefan Diggs. Yeah, baby. Okay. What that mean? Like Joe Budden. What Joe Budden? What you mean? Tasha should push out in a different way. Play the long game. Oh, like the song? What you mean? Cardi can never do any wrong in the public eyes, and that's wild to me. No, and they need to stop that shit. And that's where the colorism comes to play to me, because y'all really do. And as somebody that likes her and does feel like, I'm a content creator, right? So when I talk about shit, I know that whatever I say is gonna make people feel one way or another. You never gonna make everybody happy. I've noticed, girl, I could say the sky is blue and the motherfucker gonna be in my comments, Bondy, you fucking stupid. The sky is motherfucking cerulean, bitch. And I'm like, what you mean, another form of blue? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, I understand the pressure to either rage bait, which is say shit that's gonna piss everybody off, or to not say the truth because you don't want to piss everybody off. And what I try to do is focus on what is internally true for me, and then push everything else out of my head. So you could be happy about what I say, or you could be mad about what I say, and I won't give a fuck because it was true from me and how I felt, and that's my shit, right? That's how I work. So I could feel online that people are gonna be upset with me when I say things that go against Cardi. So I know that when I say Crystal is right, y'all tripping, and I think she probably fucked the chef, y'all are gonna all be in my comments flipping the fuck out, right? But I'm also not gonna be somebody that feels like just because I don't like a celebrity, and I like Cardi, but because I like her doesn't mean I'm gonna not say the truth. I'm gonna go against the feeling. I'm not gonna not say the truth. I'm not gonna do that. But people really do be out here playing it safe because they don't want to piss her off, because they like to be liked by her. Okay? And I think people confuse me. Like, there are other celebrities and reality TV stars that have thought I'm the type of person that you can create a minion out of. And you can't create a minion out of me. You can't create a head of your fan club out of me. I'm going to feel how I'm going to feel, and that is what is real for me from my perspective. But I'm not going to go against myself for you. I just can't. I won't. I make promises to myself to not people please, and to not ever base my opinion on other people and how they gonna feel about me, regardless of if I feel like it's beneficial, which is probably why I have not grown as much as I could, because I refuse to do fake shit, and then I also refuse to do fake shit. So I say the things y'all don't want to hear about Beyonce being a billionaire, or Tyler Perry being a weirdo ass freak. And these are people that might behind the scenes affect how I grow in one way or another, affect the opportunities that I get. But in my mind, I'm like, listen, you can't really stop me. You might slow me down, but you can't really stop me. And so I would rather take the long way and get there with all of my motherfucking integrity with me, than to get there quickly and be mad at myself for not telling the truth, or put myself in a corner to now you think you're gonna use me like some fucking puppet and keep moving me around like a chess piece. Yeah, no. I'll bow out the game before I let people use me like that. So I gotta just keep it a buck. And that's my guiding compass. Me. Internally going within myself, how do I really feel about this? Yeah, this might make people mad. I might make her specifically mad. Um, it's healthy not to have an echo chamber. Yeah, no, and I don't want to have one. And to be honest, y'all, I do like often listen to opposing sides just so I can make sure I'm checking myself to make sure I'm not doing weird shit, right? Because you never want to get like so big that you think you know everything, or that you have this inflated sense of self. No, confidence, absolutely. Sure of what I can do, yes. But never in a way of delusion. I don't ever want to delude myself. No, thank you. That's dangerous. Okay? Talking about deluding yourself. Y'all ready to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville? It's 315 of y'all in here. This will replay tomorrow, child, because OLFP has to interview some people. And so I'll probably have my public Married to Medicine live later. My members, I'm gonna do something with y'all. Please don't like fret. I really do want to just get on Discord and like open up the video thing, and we all come on and y'all say whatever y'all want to say. But I think I might do like a YouTube StreamYard thing, members only, where I just put the link in, y'all come up and we chat about whatever y'all want to chat about. Um, but lately I've been thinking maybe I should do like the most viral topic at the end of the week that I talked about, and we can like get on live and y'all can tell me what y'all think about that. Whatever y'all want to say about it, come up, do your thing, get off, that type of thing. I'm gonna go back to bringing y'all on. Now that we're grown, what happened? Nothing happened. I'm actually watching Hush right now, and I'm gonna make notes and I'll get back into that. But y'all know I had the flu. I'm still recovering. You could hear it. Um, I'm getting better, but niggas still like recovering from the new year, and I don't never take a long time off, and I really should be taking more time off. So, we'll work on that. I love Dochi's new song. Man, I had a dream. I had a wet dream about Dochi like a couple of days ago. It was funny.
Wet dream about Dolce.
Yeah, I'm starting to think like I really could do a girly girl.
Yeah, she's a definitely different girl.
Yeah, it was weird because like right after I had it, I was on live and her DJ Miss Milan came on there. I was like, girl, that's too funny because I had forgot about it until I saw Miss Milan in my comments and it reminded me of the dream. I was like, girl, I be having a wet dream about Dochi, but that song is hitting. Uh, Your body is catching up to you, more rest. I always get sick at the end of the year. I don't know what that's about. I love that we like each other. What they do that. We do. Any mods in here? Do I have any mods in here? Do I need any mods in here? Y'all, it's like 322 people. But also when you go live like this, I think it brings more weirdos in. So if I do have mods, y'all just block weirdos. And outside of that, y'all, if y'all see somebody in here just trying to be seen, ignore them. They'll go away. Um, let's get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, shall we? Oh, I'm drinking a little Crown Royal, okay? Crown Royal Ice on ice. Talk about who album I'm excited for. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's gonna be a pick me situation, but I don't give a fuck. Jill Scott. That new Pressure song she got out. Oh my god, because all of the big girls are like, that's a song for them. Uh I waited. Listen, y'all, I can always think about like I had one really big heartbreak in college, and there was a Jill Scott album that coincided with that moment for me, and so I always think about like the depths of my pain through that album, and she always hit it on the mark. Erykah Badu, she had the Mama's Gun album was an album like that for me. First big heartbreak, Mama's Gun. And with Jill Scott, it was the whatever album Crown Royal on Ice was, cause it was the your hands on my hips throw me right back to you. I catch that thrust, give it right back to you. I flip shit, hit tip, and I'm twisted in your hands and your tongue tricks. That album, yeah, cause it was that the one with Paul Wall on it. You gonna hear the page turn. Yeah, that shit. That shit right there, yeah. Thank you. A lot of this is my photography if you're new here. Like all of this. That's Lyric and my nephew. All of this is my photography at the lake. That's Lyric too. This picture up here. I know you can't see it because of the shine, but it's one of my favorite pictures that I've ever taken of him. Child, that's why you gotta get you a beautiful man, so when you take pictures, a nigga can be a model, make yourself useful. Be the pretty face, nigga. Okay? He does have a nice face. He does, y'all. I be looking at Lyric face sometimes, and I be like, why your face look like Leon, Tupac, everybody I like, his face look like this long nose with this like kind of low-key pouty, but not so pouty mouth, and then this like cheekbone thing. Like, I didn't realize that, but that's funny. Cause like in college when we first started talking, like when we started dating, we was already friends. I used to obsess on his Facebook. When we first got together. Remember the picture I told you I used to look at all the time of you in the crowd?
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a picture of him. And he like his arms are like, I was like he's in a crowd of people. But we gotta find that picture on your Facebook. Get that picture for me. But I just remember I used to keep looking at that picture over and over and over and over again. No disrespect, but both of y'all fine. Thank
niggas said
you.
no disrespect.
It's not disrespectful to tell us that we're both fine. Thank you. We think we're both fine. I'm very aware. He's not as aware, but I'm very aware that, this is more of a Lisa, this is more of a I'm about to get into Love and Marriage for y'all, I promise. What's them people? What's them people, babe? Don't you know it's the way that I go, the way it goes, it's really good what it's so. Nicole, Ari Parker, and what's his name, babe? What's his name? Why is you forgetting this nigga's name? Dang, what was his name? Why are you forgetting his name? I'm drunk. What's your excuse? Boris Kojo. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I feel like we give that. We give the Target version of Tiana and Iman, but in physicality and, energy, not in practice. Okay? My nigga would never let the electricity get turned off on me on purpose. Okay? Not on purpose. Accidentally. Not on purpose.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay? Not on purpose.
Accidentally and just unfortunately.
Right. That one time.
Now the second time the fucking
Nah, and then I started doing it because I just forgot.
No, the second time, third time, 'cause that is funny.
Yeah.
Third-
But you
third
remember
time
the first time I got real mad, but then after I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you did it. And you're like,
Yeah.
shit happened.
Yes.
And then this time the whole fucking power grid fucked up.
Right. And then it was just like, babe, we gotta buy. We gotta buy some shit, bro. I don't know what to say. Okay. Nah, but like, but I feel like I always try to like not be a complete and utter asshole about things. You know what I'm saying? Ever. That's why I'm like, y'all don't really know me because people be thinking they know me based on shit on social media, and it tickles me, to be honest. It upsets me sometimes, but it tickles me. Cause like you shouldn't know me like that, and you don't need to know me like that. Everybody don't need to know me like he know me. But it do be funny because it be so inaccurate. Like it just being accurate. Like the only reason I can speak on what a pick me is because I used to be one. I used to be one. Okay? It's a fine line. All right. Y'all ready for Love and Marriage Huntsville? Because it's going to be a cute little conversation. Y'all ready? You probably miss me saying, Harold, say hi. Okay, hold on. Probably miss me asking this random, but why is Mardi Gras so early this year? I don't know, but because it's so early, I'm not prepared, and I don't have time for that. Intelligent marriage. It's in February.
I thought it was in March.
It's in February this year.
That's great.
Yeah. Happy birthday. I guess I get it. Oh, bro, that fucking Jill Scott shit about to hit. Oh my god. I don't know why, and we about to get into it.
Oh, it's the week after Valentine's Day.
Damn. This is a gift. Thank you. Oh, happy birthday, love. I'm glad it is. Do you ever get scared to go out on Mardi Gras? Not at all. I don't ever really get scared at all to go out in New Orleans. I know New Orleans is like a dangerous place, but I feel very like protected and blessed. I would say lucky as well. Like I'm not gonna assume anything about why I get to walk around this place and nothing ever really, like, no, not nothing ever really, nothing ever happens to me. But I will say, and I go around a lot, packing, but solo dolo, if you will. So, I mean, I'm always somewhere where I know people, but I don't necessarily always have to have people with me to move around. But this is home. Like, I don't know how else to move around here. Like, this is home. So, my mom's hair salon is out front of town, like downtown, right in the middle of the city on Broad, like Esplanade, Orleans. Like, I grew up being out front of town. I went to Warren East and I'm up and down Canal Street. I worked at the news station, which was uptown. It's not too far off Eagle Street, to be specific. Like, I'm from here. I'm down here, and I know that people get hurt in a few ways in New Orleans, mostly being involved in the shit, being a tourist, wrong place at the wrong time. That's about it. Most people get harmed because they're tourists. They somewhere they're not supposed to be. So wrong place, wrong time. Uh, you know, you drinking, you got caught slipping, somebody saw you that wasn't supposed to see you, that type of shit. Or you involved in some shit. Your nigga involved in some shit. Like, to me, in New Orleans, people rarely get harmed by accident unless you was in your house and they had a shooting. Somebody was outside shooting and a gun came through your wall and hit you or some shit like that. That type of shit is the type of accidental shit that happened. But like in general in New Orleans, working at the news station, living here all my life, things don't just happen accidentally like that. Like, you don't just be out and get hit over the head. Just like, as a person living here, being from here, my mama, my cousins, my sister, my brother, like, no, that's not usually how that goes. Usually you in some shit, people in some shit, uh you somewhere you ain't supposed to be, you not paying attention to your surroundings, that type of shit. But it don't never be just because you out in New Orleans. Like, and then, like I said, if you're a tourist. Because, like, people in the French Quarter, them little boys and them, they will target you as a tourist. Absolutely. But I feel like that's everywhere. Um, Storm Monroe said, I heard that Storm Monroe was talking about me on one of his lives. I appreciate that. I was on his show. I don't remember what year that was. Maybe like a year or two ago. But I was on his show. I had a really good time. I would love to meet him in person as well. Ooh, all right, child. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Okay. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville. 332 people in here. Hype me up. Like the video. Do the things. I love you. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, Marceau and Tisha. Okay, so can I tell y'all that I feel like Marceau is gaslighting the fuck out of Tisha and the viewers in the way he is showcasing himself. And I really, really want to believe that he's growing and he wants to be a better person. And in their scene when they were like, touching and they had the intimacy coach, I almost fell for it. But it's almost like they can't have a scene without him making her feel like shit. The scene would not be complete if he didn't make her feel like shit about something. So let's start. Okay, so she wants her office done, but Scott's office is done. Somehow this means that she can't see him for who he truly is, and it means that she doesn't believe him, and she's beating him down by complaining. So what he did, can you get the nose spray, please? It's upstairs. I forgot all of them upstairs on a nightstand. So what he is doing to me is what a lot of men do when they go to therapy. They learn the therapy speak and then weaponize that against the woman, because they're weaponizing everything. Incompetence, the emotions, the fact that she loves, loves him, the children, weaponize everything, right? So first of all, how are you gonna say that How are you gonna tell, you're mad at me because I'm not putting you first, as if I'm not putting you first, but I am putting you first, Tisha. I'm not putting you on the back burner. Your office is done, hers is not. She's been complaining about this for so long. Why haven't you gotten her office done first? Why haven't you put in more work to make sure that Tisha got her own space? Even fucking Bill Cosby built a soundproof room for Claire Huxtable to be in. And you're a contractor, and this lady has to beg you to do something that I feel like you're purposefully not doing as quickly as you could, because you enjoy having her in disarray. You enjoy not giving her what she wants. And I know this because I tell y'all all the time that my dad was like my first lesson in how like fucked up men can be when they like to control and they like to say no just because they can. And so if they can make you wait for something, they will. Like for no reason but to dominate and prove that they have power. They are very insecure like that. Like, I'm so sorry, y'all, but most men will make you wait just so that they can say that they didn't hurry up and give you your way. And it's petty and it's so ridiculous. But I do believe that that is what Marceau is doing by not having this damn office done fast enough. Hold up, y'all. You would bring me the one that's almost out.
How would I do?
Just by happenstance.
Because
Because it was two up there.
Like anyway.
I know.
That was the first one I saw.
Just by happenstance, man. This isn't a you thing. Don't make it about you, okay? Okay, so anyway, the way he was like, so now you're blaming me and you're complaining. Like, that was all gaslighting. At the end of the day, if you would just do what the lady asked you to do, there would be no reason for her to be bothering you about anything. So I almost feel like you like to not accomplish it or not to get it done so that she can complain and you can flip it on her and make her the bad guy. Because if you were just to do it, then she wouldn't complain and you would have nothing to make her the bad guy about. Let's see. Now she's treating him like he's putting her on the back burner. They are working on Scott Manor. And that's another thing. Whenever a man is trying to make you feel like he can't do one thing because he needs to do the other thing, that's bullshit. That's just a way to not give you what you want. Our son is in college and the girls are going to be gone soon. And where does that leave us? He is full of shit. He's full of shit, y'all. And I feel sorry for Tisha because I was thinking to myself, if anybody can manipulate me, it's my husband. I don't allow anybody else close enough to me to like really long-term manipulate me. So if anybody could, the blind spot would be for the person that's closest to me, right? Not that that's happening, but if it were to be happening, that's the blind spot that I would probably have because this is the person that I'm closest to. So sometimes I be looking at Tisha like, I know we all feel like Tisha is being so dumb and why can't you see it? You're on a reality show. But I also feel like when you really think about it as a woman, it takes so much to push yourself out of the conditioning, from your partner that's always emotionally manipulating you to get his way, out of the emotional conditioning of your community, your mom, your friends, your family members, your friends, the internet. People that tell you that you're supposed to be centering a man and how he feels in your family, which means always putting yourself last, thinking about yourself last. So automatically you're doing this thing where you're always trying to hear them harder than you hear your own voice. And so I was like, I have to have some empathy for Tisha and women like her, no matter what anybody says, because a lot of conditioning is done in order to confuse us. Like it is. Like a lot of conditioning is done on women to confuse them, and a lot of conditioning is done on men in order to convince them that they're actually benefiting from this system that keeps them in bondage. But as long as they're on top of a bitch shoulders while they're in bondage, then it all seems worth it, I guess. Okay. So Maurice and Kimmy, Monster was supposed to get a car for having good grades. Instead of waiting for him to get the good grades, Maurice bought the car, but hasn't given him the car because the grades aren't good enough yet. That's so stupid. Don't get the car until he's proven that he deserves the car. Stupid. Like that's so dumb. I'm sorry. Like at the end of the day, I know I don't have children, you guys, but I don't have to have pushed out a child in order to know that I would be able to follow certain rules because this is how my father raised me. There's a certain level of discipline, and you can't have your way just because you want your way. I know I don't have kids, y'all, but I know that there are some things I wouldn't be bending on just off of principle. And I'm a Gemini. I don't like to feel like you emotionally manipulate me. I don't give a fuck if you my child or not. I don't even like my dogs feeling like they got me in a chokehold. Bitch, don't play with me like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't need to know. Like I just because this is how I was raised. So I feel like you have to like give a little bit of a hard time when it comes to giving your kids everything they want all the time. Because if not, they're gonna take the shit for granted. And I just kind of feel like I understand that. So I don't understand why some parents that act like they don't understand why their kids aren't doing shit. It's because you like give positive reinforcement for bad behavior. Like, is that not obvious that you're doing that? You buy them shit anyway. You don't stay, on the punishments that you give them because you don't want to be on punishment anymore. Because watching them and making sure that they stay punished means that low key you're punished. So you stop doing that because you tired of doing that, which means that they know they can manipulate you. So I feel like as a parent and as an adult, it takes a certain amount of a certain amount of discipline that you need to have in order to ensure that your children are disciplined. And I feel like Maurice is not disciplined enough as a man in order to even show the discipline that his child needs to have. And that's the main thing. Because when you're a teenager, what you're learning about the world is my parents taught me this. But when you're a teenager, you start to see, okay, wait a minute, you taught me this, but why aren't you doing this? And then you start to get rebellious, and the people that are the most rebellious are watching their parents be hypocrites. And that's why they're so rebellious. Because a lot of the anger comes from how dare you make me feel so small about the mistakes I make. And then you turn around knowing better and you still make the same mistakes with about the same type of shit. And I feel like that a lot of the times when you see kids really being like really, 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 really rebellious, I think the resentment comes from clocking their parents being full of shit, to be honest. And so when you tell me that your son isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing, I'm like, well, because Maurice, you don't do what you're supposed to do. Like, isn't that obvious? But instead, and I feel like Kimmy says this shit to him. You don't do what you're supposed to do. You have to be the example. Like my parents were really good examples when it came to like responsibilities, working no matter what, making sure everybody has what they need, clean house, comfortable house, like making sure that even though you're learning things, like I read, my people read. So like my dad, had a whole bunch of books. My mom would read books ever so often. There were things they did as disciplined people that kind of bled into how I live my life. I read books. I have a comfortable house. This house can never be, like I'm never gonna let it get too dirty. You never gonna come in here and it's gonna be like, what the fuck's going on in here? It's never gonna be like that because my nerves get bad. I can't live like that. Okay. So to me, the fact that Maurice, what? Oh yeah, the moment, yeah, he's watching Hush. So the moment where it all comes out, child. Listen, listen. I wanted him to let go of all those old ghosts so he could be free, and he just got obsessed with finding one of these things and burying it so deep in the ground that he can never harm anyone in our family ever again. I know that might sound hormonal, but what are you talking about? My dad wasn't killed by anything at the bottom of the stairs. What? What are you talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna do Hush for now that we're grown. I promise. Anyway, um, Maurice doesn't understand that you have to build discipline. He says that their upbringing made them have drive. So meaning They lived in squalor. They lived in survival mode. So what survival doesn't teach you, discipline has to teach you. And I guess his daddy didn't teach him that because his daddy went to jail. I wonder what side of the tracks Marceau was talking about when he said Tisha grew up on the other side, because your side went to jail and had a lock on the fucking refrigerator, which is child abuse. Okay. Anyway, so he says that their upbringing made them have drive, and now that he and Kimmy are in therapy, he's so glad that they're in therapy. He didn't want to go at first because he said no one has all the answers. And this, like, him saying that, y'all, him saying that I didn't want to go to therapy because no one has all the answers, I was just like, because, like, who comes up with that as a reason for why? That is so ridiculous, you guys. Nobody has the answers to everything, because scientifically, it is impossible for your brain to know everything about everything all the time at once. That is impossible. Even people that can recall a whole bunch of facts and have photographic memory, do you know what they often have a problem with? Social cues. Because no matter how much you know, there's some shit you're just not gonna know, because we only have a capacity for a certain amount of shit. So the idea that because a person can't know all of everything, you're not gonna listen to anything they have to say is the most ridiculous bullshit that you could ever say as a reason for why you would not go to therapy. Because in general, nobody has all of the answers about any one thing, and you would have to go to several different sources in order to get your own, like, you know what I'm saying, plethora of information. That is so ridiculous for you to even say that. But because people just let stupid motherfuckers say anything because it's so exhausting to challenge people like him, he can just say dumb shit like that, and nobody says, sir, what you just said doesn't make any sense at all. That would mean, why would you go to school? Why would you go to law school? Because that one teacher can't teach you everything about law in that one class all at one time. So why learn it at all? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You didn't want to go to therapy because therapy, you thought, would require you to do more work, until you realize it would teach you language to weaponize against Kimmy. Now you're interested. Now you want to go, because now this is going to help you to figure out a way to manipulate her even better. And the most niggas, let me tell you something. If they don't want to actually learn how to do shit to be a better person, my God, the way they want to learn how to manipulate you into thinking that they know the shit that they're talking about. That's the insane part. Niggas will not read any books on feminism, childhood development, history. They won't read any books about black women and their work history, even children's history working. They won't read any of that, but they will read the 48 laws of power so that they can manipulate you to think that they know something or that they read. But if they actually read any of those other books, they wouldn't even have to use the 48 laws of power, because they wouldn't have to be trying to dominate you in a conversation. But no, we don't want to learn about things that don't make us feel all warm and gushy about our manhood every 5 seconds of every fucking day. He's condescending as fuck. So apparently, Kimmy has been telling him the reason why Monster is not making the grades. He doesn't listen to her. And to me, I feel like Kimmy works on my nerves so bad, because abusive women exhaust you. And I'm sorry, not abusive women, abused women. Abused women create this feeling in the people that watch them of contempt. This is where a lot of women that defend men and are like pick me's, and whenever a woman says a man did something to me, bitch, you asked for it and all of that, the I hate my mama bunch, that comes from watching your mom allow the abuse to happen. And to me, Kimmy is one of the women that allows the abuse to happen to her. So when we watch her after all of these years and you're still having the same conversation, Your husband doesn't listen to you and he has sex with you that is not for you. It's just for him. It's not pleasurable to you. It's sex that you don't want to have. I know you don't want to say that you're being raped, but if we would, I don't know, Google or look up sexual assault and coercive sex, maybe we can answer some questions for ourselves. I won't say anything. I'll just say, maybe we should look it up. You're a nurse. You know. You're a fucking nurse. You know. And that's what makes it so sad. It's because you know. You know. So Maurice is condescending because, like, when he talks to her, it's like, oh, Kimmy, you don't know what you're talking about. That's just you. Oh, Kimmy, why would you say that? Only you think that. Like, who the fuck talks to their wife like she's living in a vacuum? And to me, that's so frustrating. Me and my mom were talking about this today. When people make life harder than it has to be because they're so stupid and so, like, they don't pay attention to anything, they don't care about anything, and they just allow fucked up things to happen simply by not paying attention. By, you know what I mean? Like, it's exhausting. And to me, I feel like Kimmy and Maurice are like a situation like that. Like, girl, why are you trying to fight against what he's telling you? That man basically told you in a therapy session he didn't care about how you felt, about what you needed. He just wanted to continue to use your body for sex, regardless of how you felt about it. I'm so taken aback. Nell and Chris talk about the problem with she and Tisha. Tisha's problem with Nell is Tisha's problem with Marceau. She's making an issue with Nell because she has a problem with Marceau. It's bullshit. But also Chris is a perfect example of how to submit to a man. And I asked my husband because I feel like I think like a man naturally. So to me, I can see the power plays that are happening all the time. But I guess people don't see it. So I asked him his opinion and he said I was right. So because Mel has bigger dick energy than most of these niggas, she said straight up to Chris Fletcher during that scene, y'all having women sign NDAs. Chris Fletcher says, oh no, not me. You might be talking about the Scott brothers. He says it on camera. He says it on camera. So we heard it, right? So they heard it too. When they take it to him right in his face, instead of Chris saying, yeah, I said what I said, because that's y'all. Y'all are more likely to do that than I am. He instead backpedaled and said, oh no, that's not what I meant. They took that out of context. They didn't take it out of context. But the fact that you said that they did means that you're willing to backpedal and pussy pop when this man comes to you directly to ask if that's what you said. And so when you decided to say, oh no, that's not what I said, that's not what I meant, you in fact punked out. You bitched up. So they won. So there was no reason to press you further. That's why they let you have it, because you backed up. So it was like, okay, nigga, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay? And so they let that shit go. Your wives don't understand this masculine shit like I do. So now this is an argument amongst them because Tisha wants to come and prove that that's not what happened when it is. And then Nell wants to come and defend her husband because, bitch, who you talking to? So yeah, I just kind of feel like it's a whole bunch of power plays and shit that's going on. And so Nell says if Tisha don't leave her the fuck alone, she's gonna have to start name dropping. And Nell, I wish you wouldn't wait. I wish you would do it now. Please do it now. Listen. Call JG Wentworth, okay? It's my money and I want it now. So Tisha has an intimacy coach waiting on Marceau when he comes to this apartment. I don't know if that's where they live or that's where they go when they want to have nasty time away from their children. Or is that the apartment that he got to get away from her and she came over there? Because that's what women do, right? They men get an apartment to get away from them and then they come to the apartment and act like it's their apartment. Y'all remember not Letitia, Latrice did it on Bell Collective with Cliff. So I thought the intimacy coach thing was actually pretty cool, and I was kind of like, "Damn, babe, that would be fun. We should do that." So that was a good idea. So Marcel was like, "I'm down for anything that's gonna help me have intimacy with my wife. I just want to hug." Okay, I just want to hug sometimes, and she doesn't want to hug me. And Tisha said something that felt so real. I felt it in my body. Tisha said, "Yeah, I don't like to hug you because when I hug you, then I feel like I have to have sex with you." So when you feel like any amount of affection or attention means that you're inviting sex and therefore you have to have sex, that's because you are used to somebody coercing you into sex. Meaning that you kiss them or hug them just because you love them or want to be affectionate, and then they kind of bully you into having sex that you really don't want to have. I know this feeling because I was used to having coercive sex. So I would not want to be affectionate, hug and kiss just in general, because then I felt like it would make you feel like we have to have sex now because I hugged you or I kissed you. um Thank God my husband is not like that and has like a lot of patience and shit, because it took a long time for me to like unwrap my mind from being used to being coerced and guilted into sex. If you are guilted into sex, that's coercion. I know y'all don't like to think that, but it is. If you are not having sex because you enthusiastically want to have sex, you are being coerced into sex. And we can get used to things that happen to us often. So that is what I think we do as women, especially black women. We get so used to having sex that we don't want to have, that now you need violent things to happen in order for you to be turned on, because that is how you are initiated into sex, through forms of violence. So I'm speaking from personal experience, from the fact that this is what the people say. I was telling my husband today how I didn't realize my doctor, when I went to the OBGYN for the first time when I was in college after I first started having sex, and she asked me had I been assaulted, because I looked like I had been assaulted. And she was like, "Well, maybe he needs to spend like a little bit more time with you before y'all have sex." That's what she said with me. And I was just like, what she mean by that? Because in my mind, I wanted to have all the sex I was having. However, there are times when it is painful. There are times when I didn't want to have it. There were times when I felt guilted into having it. There were times when I had to pull a pistol on a person because they got angry because we weren't having sex. So a lot of my initial experiences with having sex went from me wanting it to me being bullied into it, guilted into it, and then having it so much that there was a moment in time where I remember I would feel, his shit on my back all the time. And when we broke up, it was like it was always still there. And I had to get used to the fact that like I wasn't being coerced into sex in the relationship anymore. So it made me feel like if I'm not being coerced, then he doesn't want me. And I had to unwrap myself from that. I had to go to therapy. I had to like really deal with the fact that it felt like if I wasn't being forced, if I wasn't being bullied, if I wasn't being guilted, if I wasn't being pushed into it, then obviously you're not attracted to me. And I think a lot of us as black women feel like that. And I don't know about everybody else's experiences, but the reason why I say that with us is because the violence in the black community is a little bit more like normalized. The violence between men and women in relationships is more normalized. Um and yeah, like I feel like I was prime picking for that because my parents had an abusive relationship. And when your parents have an abusive relationship, it really grooms you to be in relationships after that are abusive, whether you're recognizing it or not. And the abuse isn't always the same abuse, so you don't know. You don't know that this is abusive because it's not the abusive you thought. Like you're not getting punched in the face, you're not getting choked out and all of this type of shit. So it's not abuse to you. But you're being forced into having sex with people. You're being guilted about it. A person is pressuring you and not listening to your no, or not listening when you say stop, and you're having painful sex. You're having sex that leaves you feeling irritated after. You're having way more sex than you want to have. And as a woman, when we have a lot of sex, it's like a faucet you can't turn off. So then you start to feel uncomfortable down there and irritated. This is why I know that y'all can't act like every woman wants to be having all of this fucking sex, because as a woman, you get irritated very easily from having too much sex and all of the friction. Even the amount of moisture you're able to create changes when you're having sex for too long, and too much sex, and sex that's too violent and all of that shit. So I feel like, we need to start having these conversations. And Kimmy and Tisha's conversations in their relationship showed me, is your dog snoring, girl? Not to go off topic. Yes, he is.
Juniper, messing the video up. Come on.
No, it's okay. Hold up. Hold up. I swear they will get off topic. You be having a real good, deep conversation. Here comes somebody talking about some shit ain't nobody talking about. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Hello? 1 2 1 2. That just messed up the flow. It did. But people love to do that. They love to act like, the background noise is just so loud, and, they're so distracted. They like to throw me off. It's cool. All right. But yes, y'all can hear me loud and clear. Okay. So hopefully that drowns out some of the background noise so you guys can hear me, and hopefully not focus on my background because I'm not in my studio. I'm just kind of in my living room. Um, Thank you. Thank you for liking the video. Like. Okay. We're good. All right, girl. Y'all didn't hear the dog, child. I couldn't even hear. Some people are listening hard. Their ears are more sensitive. All right. So Tisha has an intimacy coach waiting on Marceau. He says sometimes he just wants a hug. She feels like a hug leads to fucking. He just wants to know his wife loves him. When he said, "I just want to know my wife loves me," I felt like he was gaslighting her. I felt like he was full of shit in that moment. I'm not even going to front on y'all. That felt like, I'm just using this so that I can make you the bad guy. Because if I can make you the bad guy, I can punish you. Then like they have this moment, right? And this is where the abuse takes place. This is how you know you're with an abusive person. This took a long time for me to learn. Shout out to Kiara. So when a person always has to create an issue, no matter what is going on, y'all can have like this really nice moment. Y'all can be so good, and then they have to create the moment of contention that ruins everything. It is because they don't feel good when you feel good. They feel good when you feel bad. And so if you feel good for a second, they're going to have to fuck that up for you, because they probably enjoy, they're sadistic. They enjoy you being upset. They enjoy you being hurt in some type of way. And I didn't realize this. It took me a very long time, y'all, to realize that people really do feed off of this. And Marceau is this type of personality. I want him to not be this type of personality, because there is a part of him that is likable for me. Sometimes he's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times where you don't want him sadist. Thank you. Not a masochist, a sadist. There are times that you don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to like him. And this was one of them times when they were touching on each other. together and hugging and kissing. He even told her that he loved her in a confessional after all of these years. After all of these years of him not saying he loved her, after all of these years of him like embarrassing and humiliating that girl on national television, on OWN Network, on Oprah Winfrey's Oppressed Woman Network, he would not say he loved her. And just now in a confessional, and then he was like, I love you. And he did it in his very like lackadaisical way, but right? But it was almost like she waited so long for it that it was like, oh my God, he finally said it. Ah, that's how it felt, right? But I felt like it was bullshit because in the moment, the way he deflated her, she was hugging on him and she was feeling it. And then he started talking about what she said and how, he's like, I was the one that told you that I just wanted a hug and I just wanted to feel affection. Why would you say that? Da, da, da. And I'm like, you could tell she takes a deep breath and he's like, you're not receiving it. She was like, it's not that I'm not receiving it. It's because she has to now change her emotion. She was feeling good. She was vibing. She was feeling it. And then he even, after they said all of that, and they get back to, I guess, a good place. I don't know how. Oh, this is what he said. He said, she questions and doubts his love. And in the moment, she felt it. She feels her guard is up and she always has to defend him. And he never defends himself because he says it's all lies. He says that he's willing to be softer and listen, but she has to not defend him from a place of insecurity. And so this is another moment where you realize the gaslighting is taking place because Marceau puts all of the blame on the public and on social media for why Tisha doesn't trust him. You sound like somebody in the comments. At the end of the day, people in the comments are watching the show. People in the comments have been in marriages and relationships. What you guys are doing is not hard to understand because it happens all the time. You're not doing anything that's like not in a playbook somewhere, Marceau. So people in the comments are reading you accurately. They're reading you accurately, sir. And you're saying that that's not the case, but it is. She's defending you from a place of insecurity because your relationship is insecure because you don't provide any emotional stability. You don't. You play with her, you manipulate her, and you do it because keeping her off kilter gives you some type of high. And I think that comes from your childhood. Now listening to what Maurice had to say, and we'll get into that. Kimmy and Maurice meet with their therapist, the marriage menders. And you guys, I don't know who the fuck the marriage menders are, but anybody that's trying to keep people in toxic marriages, I have a problem with. Right? Even though I did not dislike those two black people. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie. Those two black people knew, like, to me, at first, it seemed like they knew. But I also feel like those two people and a lot of black people who do this type of work, y'all don't want to tell people to get divorces when it's time for them to get divorces. Y'all don't want to tell them that you need to just break up. Y'all need to leave each other alone. Y'all need to give each other some time apart. Y'all don't want to tell people that. And you need to tell people that because they need to spend time alone so that they can value what it means to have a partner. I don't think that Marceau really values what it means to have a partner. I also feel like Tisha does not value herself. Them being alone, them being actually like maybe divorced or separated for a few years might do wonders for her self-esteem, and it might do wonders for the delusion he's living under. Okay? Because yes, Kimmy and Maurice. So them two, like I'm saying Tisha and Marceau, but everybody needs to break up for a little while so that the men can stop feeling like the women are always going to be there to deal with how y'all gaslight, manipulate, and mistreat them. And the women need to see that you can be happy by yourself when somebody isn't sucking from your energy and making you feel like shit all the time. But you don't know that if you don't leave, right? Because initially you're just sad and don't want to be alone. So like, for instance, have y'all been on TikTok seeing the divorce effect? They keep doing these videos of the divorce effect, and it shows these women with all of this weight, with all of this stress. They look old. Some of them look bigger than they were supposed to be, and then they get divorced. And then all of a sudden they look young. They look revitalized. They look sexy. They look younger. They look thinner. Whatever it is, they look better. They look like women who like themselves, women who think they're beautiful and want to walk around in that energy. And I feel like that's because men are always telling women to not be so pretty, not be so sexy, not be so attractive as to not attract other men, because men are always so scared that somebody's going to come and steal their pocketbook. And I feel like that's not how women work. You can't actually get stole on if you actually like your people. You can't. Just saying. So Kimmy and Maurice meet with their therapist, right? Um, Kimmy needs time and intimacy, and he just wants sex. He's using her body to masturbate. She's not a human. She's a warm hole for him to use in order to self-soothe his emotions because he hasn't figured out another way to do so. I don't know how you think you can be a parent telling motherfuckers what to do, and you don't even know how to self-soothe without using somebody else's body as a masturbation tool. You sick fuck. Okay. So, she wants a better quality of sex, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all, in my experience, too much sex is not as good as spaced out sex that has like a high intensity level. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. You have too much sex and it's just like, we can give this a week or two, okay? And then you come back and it's like the hardest nut you've ever busted in your life. I don't know. It's things I've learned. I mean, that's just me. Everybody's different. But anyway, so when Kimmy says that she needs more time and connection, he says, it's not going to happen, Doc. He's talking to the doctor. He says, it's not going to happen. He says, like, that's just not going to happen. And I guess to him, it sounded like everybody was saying that he needed to give up sex, but nobody was saying that. So to me, that's another moment of confusion. You don't want to sound as bad as you actually sound, saying that you're not going to give your wife any actual attention or intimacy. Ooh, sorry, y'all. You're just going to keep banging away at her insides, even though she's like a 50-year-old woman who probably needs lube at this point. And you're like banging away, all throughout the day. And I wonder if this is the reason why he didn't want Kimmy to be a nurse anymore, because when Kimmy was a nurse, her vagina was at work with her. And so now, that she is doing real estate, she can be available to, have her vagina used at his discretion whenever he needs it. And I said a long time ago, I don't allow things to control me in this capacity. So if a man ever presented me with this, I would tell him to go and fuck as many random people as he would like with a condom on, and that I would no longer be having unprotected sex with him. Because, Maurice likes to have sex with 6 people in one day. That's insane. Nobody should have sex with him unprotected. So for me, I just feel like I would have been like, Maurice, please go find somebody that you can use as a pocket pussy and get the fuck out of my face. And then if the sex were taken out of the situation and I didn't feel like the other aspects of the relationship were worth keeping, I would be getting a divorce and telling him to get out of my house, because that's her house. Anyway, he says he uses her body as an example of a refrigerator and says that he doesn't like to be told no, because it's like going to the refrigerator and not being able to eat. And this goes back to apparently his father, you guys. It's how you know that the Scott brothers come from abuse. And I always tell y'all, what is the beginning of everything? Child abuse. Okay. So apparently, the Scott brothers' father, who also went to prison at some point when he was living in the household, put a lock on the refrigerator because he apparently could not stop fucking their mother and getting her pregnant. And she apparently could not get contraceptives in the 80s. I don't know, because I feel like they're in their 40s. So these are 80s babies. All of these niggas are 80s babies. You should have been able to get like birth control. But I know that the mentality of young Black women is not to use birth control and to just keep having children you can't financially take care of. That doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what Black women like to do back then. So yeah, they had a whole bunch of kids that they couldn't really afford to take care of. And so a lock had to be put on the refrigerator because it seems like Maurice would have wanted to eat all of the fucking food as if he didn't have 4 or 5 other siblings that also needed food. Right. And to me, that shows how selfish he was as a child. I don't know this for a fact because I can't know this for a fact. I'm not a doctor and I'm not his doctor, but Maurice acts like somebody that doesn't feel emotions for other people. He might feel his own feelings, his own anger, his own, whatever feelings he may be feeling. But when it comes to having that same empathy for other people, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. The example of this is during the therapy session, the male therapist asked Kimmy, what would you have done if you had known him back when he was a kid? And she was like, I would have brought him food. I would have brought him food and hugged him and told him it would be okay. And she gets so emotional about his childhood as if she wasn't also abused as a child. She's already told us that she was abused. And it seems as if she would rather ignore her own abuse to coddle his. And then it reminded me about how my own father's childhood story of abuse was at the forefront of my mind at all times because it was the story my mother told herself and then told me in order for us to ignore how terrible my father would be to us sometimes. Oh, he got it so much worse. So we should be okay with this because he got it so much worse. And when Kimmy sat there going through the motions of his abuse and not her own, it was the same thing. And that was like a part of the reason why I said I knew I would not like those therapists. And then at the very end, after the woman was like, the woman, because he says to them, because the woman was like, why would you think a woman can have sex all of these different times every day like that? Why would you think that? And he said, because I grew up thinking that, a woman could lay down longer than I can stand up. And people was like, they think his daddy told him that. I'm like, his dad might have told him that, but an older woman prostitute might have told him that, or an older woman that took sexual advantage of him might have told him that. Okay, because of the person that he said it in, right? He didn't say women can lay down longer than a man can stand up. He didn't say that. He said, I can lay down longer than you can stand up, which made me feel like the person that he had sex with told him that. And I would believe he heard that as a young kid from an older woman. That is, and I think that a lot of the men that abuse women the way they do were abused by women at a young age. And because it's not framed that way, they don't deal with the trauma of it. Right? His mother. I don't know if it was his mother, but I do feel like it was an elder woman in his life. And I do feel like the Scott brothers show that they don't really like women. And usually when men show that they don't respect or like women as humans and they view them as lesser and to be used as men, usually that means they don't like their moms. They don't. For whatever reason, they do not like that lady. And they show it in the way they treat women in general. They can't be disrespectful to their mom because they need her. But they can take out the anger they have towards their mom on every woman that they come into contact with that reminds them of their mom. So yeah. At the end, after the therapist said, well, who told you that and all that? The therapist says to him that she really wanted to pat Maurice on the back because he came and did the therapy. And that's something that a lot of Black men won't even do. And that upset me. It also upset me that the male therapist was trying to give Maurice the opportunity to see how Kimmy would have come to his rescue. The reason why he did that is so Maurice would have this thought process. Hold up. This is what he wanted Maurice to think. He wanted Maurice to be like, oh my God, Kimmy would have fed me. Kimmy would have taken care of me back then. So now when Kimmy tells me she needs more affection and more time, I should give her that, right? Because she would have given me whatever. And she gives whatever for me now. She does whatever I need for her to do now. So I should do this because she needs me to do it. Not because I want to or because this satiates my own self-soothing impulses. No, I have to put how I feel behind and I have to do this for her. So most people, most regulated, non-sociopathic people in relationships with other people, they do shit for the other person they don't always want to do, but it's about fairness and it's about showing the other person love, right? So I'll give y'all some examples. So my husband does a lot of outside work, meaning like my husband is at work sometimes 12, 13 hours a day. Do you really think I want to do all of the shit that I do in this house all the time? No. So during the weekends, he will do certain things because he knows he's never here. And most of the house cleaning, most of the washing, the folding, the grocery shopping, all of that is going to be on me most of the time because of how much he is outside of the house. Okay. So do you know what he does? He'll work all day, like I just said. And when he comes home, say I cook food or something like that, he's going to fix the plate. He's going to put the food up. I'm going to go upstairs and get in the bed. He's going to stay behind, okay, and put the food up because I cooked, okay? This is the partnership 50-50, give and take. And if you don't get those machos attitudes to wear, anybody's going to be giving you anything, anywhere, anytime. Okay, get your fucking life together, niggas, okay? Get your fucking life together, hoes, all right? I don't know what y'all got going on out here, right? But it is give and take, and it is you do for people. So sometimes I don't want to do shit, and I do it anyway because he need me to do it. I like him, and I want him. And there are times that I know he don't want to do the shit for me, but he know she gonna be doing shit all day when I'm gone. And when I get home, everything gonna be nice, and I don't like to leave. So I'm gonna do it for her when I'm here. That's the type of situation we are currently in. That works. It works. Okay? So all of the people out here that feel like you're not supposed to be helping and you're not supposed to be doing shit for your partner sometimes that you don't always want to do, you're an idiot. At the end of the day, there are times I don't feel like doing shit and I'll do it. There are times he don't feel like shit and he's going to do it. You know why? Because we like each other and we want it. He's laughing. Okay? Right? That's why you do it. That's why you do it. For no other reason. You like them and you want them. So if they want you to do something and you don't want to do it, you weigh it. Okay? Is this going to take away from me as a person? No. Do I want to give them this as like how, what's the percentage of this aggravating the fuck out of me versus like, all right, fuck. You know what I mean? And you do it anyway because at the end of the day, you want to make the person happy because they make you happy sometimes. And you know they do shit they don't want to do sometimes. And you do shit you don't want to do sometimes. This is how it works, okay? I don't know what the fuck the Scott brothers were taught in life, but they weren't taught the right things. They weren't. Okay? Jesus Christ. So the fact that Kimmy is even having a conversation about the sex, it makes me so sad for her because I feel like she's being assaulted. In my opinion, I'm not Kimmy, but I also feel like it took me a very long time to see my own assault for what it was. Now that I can see it, now that I understand it, the power dynamic of I don't want it, but you do, and you ignoring how I feel because all that matters is how you feel, that is assault. That's assault. In the context of sex, it is assault. And I feel like Kimmy, if she loved herself at all, she would not want to continue to be in a relationship with a person that will put her through that. And she would not feel like this is just a casual up and down of a relationship. It's not an up and down, Kimmy. This is something that you've consistently been dealing with this entire relationship, is that this man does not care about what you need in order to be sexually satisfied. He only cares about using your body to soothe himself because his daddy put a lock on the fucking refrigerator. Get over it, nigga. You're a grown ass man. There's not a lock on the refrigerator. Go jack your dick off. Go fuck another bitch. But stop wearing that lady's hind parts out because you don't want to heal. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Okay. So basically, every time he was upset in childhood, he would go and masturbate. And so that's why, and even when Tisha and Marceau had their situation, they were in a confessional and he was like, sometimes I just need a hug. And Tisha said, it's been 20 years and I'm learning something new. To me, that said, this entire time we've been together, if I hugged him or kissed him, that meant we was having sex. And sometimes I don't want to have it. And now I feel like I have to have it because I hugged you and I kissed you. As a woman, I personally totally understand what that feels like. It's the same thing. It's a smaller scale, but it's the same thing as a woman when you don't make eye contact with men on the street, because you know if you make eye contact, it gives them license to come up to you and talk to you. And you don't want to be talked to. You don't want to be, tried to fuck with. You don't want nobody trying to get your phone number. You don't want nobody asking you if you got a man and if you have a friend and all of the same shit they say every fucking time you at a gas station minding your fucking business, okay? Like, you don't want to deal with that. So you don't make eye contact. You look down. Now think about what it means in slavery time as a black person to not be able to make eye contact with a white person. Because if you make eye contact, they're going to look at you like, oh, so what you think you like me? Oh, so what you think you on the same level as me? And then they're going to attack you. It is very similar. It is very, very similar. Either way, I have to walk around in a submissive way with my body, not looking you in your face, not looking in your direction, because if I do, it will make you feel like you're entitled to my body. You're entitled to come talk to me. You're entitled to my energy. I was talking about this shit earlier. I was talking about this shit earlier. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to see who needs to be blocked. Tell me who needs to be blocked. I forgot what I was about to say because I was looking at the comments and that was weird. Do I need to block whoever this person is? Okay, hold up. Hold up. That's what I thought. Okay, got it. What was I about to say? I forgot that quick. But okay, so Kimmy gets the information that he's not gonna do what's being asked. She doesn't understand. It's not a big ask. He says that he significantly lacks emotional intelligence. I also watched him do the thing, right? So I tell y'all all the time how you have to pay attention to people's facial expressions. So what Maurice will do is he'll have his eyebrows scrunched so he'll look pensive and then his eyes will be bucked. It's a very weird thing that I think people that don't really feel emotions do because they think this is how a person that's paying attention looks. So they copy it. But the truth of the matter is his eyes are vacant even though his eyebrows are tense. So to me, I feel like he reads as somebody whose emotion is not going all the way to the bottom, right? In my mind, the way I visualize when people are not telling the truth, when they tell the truth, they whole body encompass what they're saying. Like it comes from deep down with, in they shit way up and through here when they saying something that's true. When they're lying, it's almost like I could see how it is lifted off of their center, right? So say their center is like this, the lie is lifted off of it. Kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it doesn't feel like it's connected to the base. It feels like it's extended off of the base, but not connected to it, right? Almost like a branch, but it's elevated in a way that shows to me it's not connected to the bottom. And I don't know how else to explain that. Yep, and it translates through the eyes. Yes, it does translate through the eyes. It gives vacant on some level. It gives vacant, like something isn't there. It lands somewhere. Yep, and it translates. Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one that be seeing his head separated from the heart. Yes. Yes. That's a really good way of explaining it. Because I am feeling it like it's coming from you, but it's not connected to the root of you. And when you say something truthful, it's connected to the root. So yeah, that's how I be seeing. So like in the scene with Marceau, when Marceau is talking, his voice is low key. You say, just hand it to me. My God. Okay. So when Marceau was talking in the scene with Tisha and all of that, even in the confessionals, I just want a hug. Like I can hear the lie in it because it's light. It's not like in here when he says shit, like Tisha wants me to say something I'm not going to say, like it's deep in him when he says something that's true. But when he lies, it's almost like it's in his head voice. If you know singing, the difference between like your chest voice and your head voice. When he says something that's a lie, it's in a head voice. When he says something that's true, it's in chest voice. That's the difference for me. That's a good one. Okay. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, men are groomed for rape culture. I want y'all to deal with that as black men. I would love for black men to deconstruct their relationship with sex, how they think about it, how they view it, what they feel like that experience is supposed to be. Because I feel like a lot of black men's introduction and education in sex and relating to women in a romantic or sexual way is manipulative. It's about lying to them. It's about fooling them, cajoling them, bullying them, guilting them, emotionally manipulating them. It's always about trying to get one over on them in order to get what you want to get out of them. Their first education in how to relate to us sexually or romantically comes from a place of lies. Because of that, as adult men, they can't even be honest with themselves when we say, hey, this thing that you were taught to do is you assaulting me. You've been taught to assault me. They don't receive it. They get angry. They get mad about it. That's why so many people come to the internet, because they can't say it to the person directly. And sometimes because of what happens when people do that to you, it's not enough to go to the police. People always like, oh, why you don't go to the police? Like, it's not like there's no way to prove these things sometimes, because it's a he said, she said. He'll say it's consensual. She'll say that it wasn't. And people will believe him because he's a man and it's the patriarchy. Period. 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 And so, it comes to a place where women have to be preemptive about the way they handle these things. And so that's why I feel like once you understand things, once you understand the truth, once you get it, you disseminate information to people, to women, to men, whoever needs to know it, so that they make better decisions based on information that's factual and not the miseducation that they've received all their lives from the grooming that's taking place. And, people get mad when you want to tell them things that they don't want to know, right? Things that disrupt what they feel to be true. Thank you, Keisha, for the super chat. He always looking at Kimmy like he can't believe what she said. I don't watch anymore, but based on the reviews, I'm right. Yeah, it's a really I'ma just say the show is a lot. The show is not good anymore. The show is really sad, but I think it's an honest depiction of what a lot of people are going through. Thank you so much, Dolores, for the super chat. Hey, Bondy, don't even watch the show. Don't even watch this show, but I love these reviews. I always walk away with life lessons. I really appreciate how you thoughtfully interrogate marriage from a social institutional aspect. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, because people really often, and it's so funny, me and my mom was talking about today. I said, Mom, people are always like, Bondy, I don't get how you could be married and not like promote marriage. And I'm like, because I'm fucking married, Ma. I'm like, what they don't get? Like, once you married, like, what do you? And my mom just laughs. She's like, yeah, because once you've done it, you get it. And my mom has always been a person that told me, like, I wouldn't do it again. Like, I loved your father, but I wouldn't get married again. I don't need to do that again. And I understand this because you did it to the fullest of it. And once you've done it to the fullest of it, it's like, yeah, I'll have a little friend, little companion here and there. But what it means to have a husband, what it means to be somebody's wife is to change yourself, is to shrink yourself, is to be another version of yourself to make that person feel comfortable. And I do feel like that has been extremely detrimental to women. That's been so detrimental. I feel like that's why, we'll be online, right? And we'll be talking about these celebrities or these women artists that we like or we enjoy. And they're like, like Cardi, going out bad over some nigga. And all of the people in the comments, all of these pick me ass bitches that want to be left alone while they get abused by a nigga are in the comments talking about, mind your business. Why you care? What does that do for you? And I'm like, why do y'all act like these individual things that are happening on a grand scale, on a general manner, don't affect everybody? I'm sorry, but whenever a woman anywhere in the world that's a fucking artist, that's supposed to be doing something with her life bigger than being a wife and a mother, decides not to do that thing so she could be a wife and a mother, I feel like we as a society miss out on whatever greatness she could have created. I think when it comes to even Nicki Minaj started doing movies. Nicki Minaj could have done so much more with her career, but she didn't because of a nigga. Lil Kim could have did so much more, but bitch, why are you going to jail so you could prove you a real nigga amongst a whole bunch of puss ass niggas that would never do the same? Now you missing out on opportunities. Now you fucking with your looks to the point that we can't even put you in nothing serious no more. Because who the fuck wants to look at you looking like a cat person? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you even with Kimmy, we loved Kimmy, but to watch Kimmy betray herself over and over, who the fuck wants to watch somebody betray themselves like that? Who the fuck wants to watch people that they love, admire, care about, mistreat themselves for another person that we all can see doesn't deserve any of that? I think it affects us all. And I think it affects us all because a lot of us are doing it, don't realize we're doing it. We're being taught to do it. We're being groomed to do it on a social, on an international, on a national, on a spiritual, on every scale possible. Women are being convinced to abandon themselves and their light and what they're supposed to do for a man. And it does hurt us all because every time we see, it's like, I imagine it like a map of a whole bunch of lights. And women just keep letting niggas dim their light and just blow their light out. And so now we're less lit. The world is less lit up. The feelings are less good. The energy is less heightened because you are letting somebody stifle your light, and your light is a part of the collective light, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like if we in a building and everybody's a fucking light bulb and all of y'all keep letting these niggas blow y'all lights out, turn y'all lights off, then now we all in a fucking in a big ass building with no fucking lights because everybody letting their light go out. That's how I imagine it. All of this, oh, how does that affect you? What's she doing in her relationship? Bitch, are you dumb? Women abandoning themselves in relationships always hurts other people. Always, 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 always. It hurt their children, it hurt their family members, because a lot of times women would be way more helpful to other people if they didn't have a man telling them not to do it. If they didn't have a man telling them that they need to worry about themselves and to be too scared to give themselves away. I have experienced women not shining their light as bright as they can because a nigga wants to take their light, wants to use some of their light for himself. So you can't give it to nobody else. My fucking daddy was stingy with my mama with me, stingy with my mama with her own kids, her own family, wanted her all to himself in a way that she could never be all just for you. This is a woman that is a daughter, a mother, a sister, a friend, a hairstylist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a person that is somebody not just to you. She's somebody to a whole bunch of people. And it's crazy the way men feel like they get to quarantine off a woman and all of her gifts as if she's not supposed to be giving that to anybody else but him. And that's how a lot of women feel. They feel like everything that's good about them is only for their man and their kids, not even for themselves. And I feel like that's a lie from the pits of hell. That's a lie, girl. It's a lie. Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, all of the birthdays. But yeah, y'all, sounds like Papoose. Sorry, not sorry. No, I'm going to keep saying Papoose ain't shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. People can get on this internet every day and try to gaslight me all they want because they don't like my opinion. I don't just come up here and say anything. I don't just come up here and say anything. I never do. Papoose is a straight up leech ass, pimp ass, hoe ass nigga. And any 57-year-old nigga fucking with a slow ass 30-year-old that act like a 20-year-old, yeah, nigga, you ain't right. You ain't right. And you're not gonna convince me that you're right. And I saw that interview at the Breakfast Club, and nothing showed me more how ain't right that nigga is in the head and how much he's worried about outside validation and how other people think about him. That's weird. I think it's weird for old ass niggas to be worrying about how other people feel about them. I'm sorry, not 57, 47. My bad. Same difference. Same difference. And when I say Clarissa is slow, that's not to make fun of her, y'all, because I don't like that people keep making fun of her. Even moments where I feel like she's just being goofy or fun, or that she actually does look beautiful, or even at times when y'all trying to make her look like a man or whatever the fuck y'all be trying to do, you know, masculinizing her in a way that dehumanizes her. I don't think being masculine means you aren't a woman. I don't think that means that at all. So for me, you know, I think people say these things so that they can be you not being mean. I hope I hope not. I hope not, because I don't want to be. I don't want to be a part of that. Like, it makes me feel sad for her. Like, I always feel sad for her, and I know she would be mad at me and all of that. I don't give a fuck. I would still be like, bitch, I still feel sad for you. I still feel sad for you. I don't care. Because honestly, even sometimes when I concentrate too hard on her energy, it makes me want to cry. When I concentrate too hard on Clarissa's energy, it makes me want to cry very hard. And it makes me feel like I just have empathy for her. I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to always like you. I can sometimes feel like you're cringe and you're, whatever. But because I feel like she's been through something, I think she's been through terrible things, but it's the feeling I could feel. There's a feeling you feel in your body when people hurt you a lot as a child. Um, it's like a hopelessness. It's a dread. It's like a bottom that you can get to very quickly, right? Like a bottom of your emotions, like feeling nobody cares, like this hopelessness, this dread. It can come over you very quickly. And it can be very polarizing. Like, no matter all of the good things you might have about yourself or that you've done, that can really take you out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it can really take you out of it. It could, make you think those things don't matter. And so when I look at her relationship with Pat Poops and how much she wants to prove that she matters to him and that he matters to her and that their relationship means something, I want to be grown up. I want to be loved. I want to have a family. I want to be loved. That's all I see from her all the time. I want to be loved. I want to be loved. I'm good enough to be loved. Like, that's all I keep hearing from her. That's all I keep hearing from her. That's all I keep seeing from her energy. And it just makes me sad. It makes me sad. I think I hear from people like the more healed you get or the more you know about yourself, like the madder you get or the sadder you get, because like, you know how people all the time, and I'm gonna go after this, but y'all know how everybody be online talking about, oh, y'all so sensitive, as if it's a bad thing. And I'm like, your lack of sensitivity is the same thing as a lack of knowledge, because your lack of sensitivity means that you have a blind spot. That means you can't feel, right? So let's think about this for a second. Your body feels pain to inform you on something, right? So if I start stabbing myself with something, I'm going to feel the pain because the pain is telling me that, hey, your skin is being punctured, your epidermis, like it's a warning. We're being breached. We're being breached. Pain tells your body that something is wrong. It's informing you on something. It's not a feeling for no reason at all. And if a person can't feel that pain because they have a lack of sensitivity, that means they don't know when they're being hurt. They don't know that they're being breached. They don't know that they're being punctured because they can't feel it. So when people talk about, oh, y'all are so sensitive, and I'm like, yeah, we're sensitive, meaning we understand what's going on. We know what's happening. We have words for it. We can identify it. We can acknowledge it. And that's so much better than being in the dark on why you feel the way you feel, why the pain feels the way it feels. And, I just feel like it's better to be sensitive and to learn how to alchemize the emotions that come from the sensitivity. I think that is much better than to block it off and act like it's not happening, because then you feel pain in these areas, or you feel discomfort, or you can't connect in these areas and you don't know why. And it's because something's wrong. It's informing you on something, but you have to be able to listen. And I think what we're taught historically, we're taught to ignore our body, to ignore your feelings, to ignore your gut, to ignore whatever that voice in yourself, to ignore yourself, to ignore your feelings so that you can get something done, so that you can accomplish something, so that you can work yourself to death. But ignore, ignore, ignore. Your body hurt, your mind hurt, your spirit hurt, your feelings hurt. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Keep producing, keep working, keep producing, keep hustling, because as long as you're making money, none of the stuff you feel matters. That's a lie. That's a lie. You have to be able to identify where your pain is coming from so that you can fix it. That's just how it works. And for me, meditation, I don't even meditate as much anymore, but and I need to get back to it, but I spent such a large time, like in the past few years, meditating that it taught me how to handle my emotions as they were coming. Sometimes the emotion might feel like something you want to catch hold on to, right? Like you have a thought, something that makes you feel uncomfortable or upset. And you might want to grab hold to that thought and then sink into the feeling of that thought. You're not supposed to do that all the time. Sometimes you're supposed to let the thought pass over you. Like, oh, okay. Observe it. Think about it. But don't hold on to the feeling, right? Don't let the feeling consume you in the moment because it's just a thought. And, I heard the best way to do this is to stay present. So in a moment, look around, find the shapes, right? A rectangle, find a circle, find another shape. These types of things, like what are you hearing? What are you feeling right now? Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, that type of shit. Stuff you learn in yoga and all of that is meant to make you take stock of yourself and your surroundings to keep you present. Because when you are too much in your head, that is where you create anxiety. That's where you create fear. That's not actually real. We don't process until we become older or another relationship shows you how and where to grow. Exactly. That's why whenever people talk about their assaults, why you waited so long? Like that shit, that fucking stupid ass, goofy ass Mano said, y'all waiting 20 years, and then all it gives people a license in the comments to re-trigger every fucking victim that didn't realize what happened to them at the moment because you didn't realize it automatically, as if there's a time frame on you responding to shit like being assaulted. Boy, fuck you. Fuck you and everybody that think like you. I hope all y'all 4/4s don't grow. Like, I hate everything about y'all. I hate y'all hair. I hate y'all looks. I hate y'all voice. I hate y'all clothes. I hate y'all mindset. I hate y'all spirit. I hate what y'all think. I hate what y'all rap. I hate what y'all eat. I hate what y'all wear on y'all feet. I hate the grease that y'all wear in y'all hair. I hate everything about you niggas. Like all of y'all that spend y'all time unnecessarily re-triggering victims. I hate y'all. Everything about y'all. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done. So I hope y'all enjoy this. It's my soothing mechanism, but now I know to be proactive after or before. Let me see. So when I'm upset now, I watch a movie I like to inspire me to meditate. Yeah. You gotta find the tools to get yourself out of the bad feelings, because they come. Thank you. Thank you. Very happy Mondays. Blessing and gratitude for speaking on it, Bondy. Thank you. Nah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for real, because this is the way that I alchemize a lot of the things that happen to me. I find so much peace in the fact that I went through things that I didn't know why I went through them at the time. But my understanding of myself and how I relate to the things I've been through and being able to talk to y'all about it and relate it to the things that we're seeing on social media, the way we talk about things, and it helps us all become more clear, because the clearer we are, the better we can deal with these things. That's a blessing, because for me in my 20s, I spent a long time not understanding why I was feeling all of the feelings that I was feeling, and I was suicidal a lot. And, I would have a lot of ups and downs, and I would have relationships that were very abusive to me, and I didn't understand why, and I blame myself. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the things that happened to me had effects, right? Like there is a beginning. There's a beginning to this shit. I don't know why everybody feel like, we starting in the middle. You can, I don't know why y'all do this. Well, motherfucker, there's always a beginning. There's always a beginning and a why, origin story. And there's always a beginning, you know. But I am grateful to be able to alchemize the things that I've been through to help other people, to help myself. I'm happy about that. I feel like it's a blessing. And that's how I would rather use my gift and my platform is to make y'all feel sane because the world feels insane. I don't know if it's just me, but when I get on social media and I read some of these comments and I see some of these videos that people are doing and some of the shit that people say and they promote the things they say in comments, like I feel like I live in a world with a bunch of fucking crazy people. And being able to do content or watch people that do content and I watch them and I'm like, oh, thank God it's not just me. It feels like a relief. And it's not about being in an echo chamber. It's about not being around people that just want to re-traumatize, re-trigger, and re-victimize everybody and act like it's all good. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, that's how I be feeling, girl. I know what I do is taboo. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Life always teaches us. It does. Same here, Bondy. I'm in therapy right now to figure out my life. I actually like the show more now because it's finally showing how selfish and self-centered the men are. These past 2 years of Love and Marriage Huntsville have been good and relatable. Yes and no. Because a part of the problem is how the show is produced, and it's produced in a way to continue to hide things or to mask over them. So we see them happening, but the way they're allowed to act like it's not happening in their lives, child. Social media, they're lying. Social media. Okay, nigga. Okay, bitch. Whatever. Ugh. Anyway, happy healthy hair. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go. Y'all know Love and Marriage Huntsville is a members only. Love and Hip Hop Miami is a members only. I will come to y'all this week for Love and Hip Hop Miami because we have to talk about that. It was good. But yeah, so members only after this one, and Married to Medicine will be public. I'll do that tomorrow. Y'all have a good rest of y'all nights. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you, Lala. Thank you for the live, and thank you for sharing. Thank y'all for being here. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.